Finding a receipt for a diamond necklace I never received was the first clue that my perfect husband was planning to destroy our marriage and replace me. My name is Violet. I am 28 years old. I live in a big apartment. My husband is Henry. He is 30 years old. Henry is very handsome. He has a good job. We have nice furniture. We have beautiful pictures on the walls. People look at us. They think we are happy. They think we have a perfect life, but they do not know the truth. Inside, I feel empty. I feel sad. Henry and I want a baby, but we cannot have one. The doctors told us this. I cried many times. Henry said it was okay. He said he loved me. But something changed. One day, Henry bought new clothes. They were expensive clothes. He looked different. He smelled like perfume. It was not my perfume. It was a different smell. It was sweet. It was strong. I asked him about it. He said it was nothing. He said it was from work. Henry started to hide his phone. Before, he left his phone on the table. Now, he took it everywhere. He took it to the bathroom. He took it to the bedroom. I saw him smile at his phone, but he did not smile at me. He became cold. He did not talk to me much. He said he was busy. He said he had work. I felt something was wrong. My heart told me this, but I tried to ignore it. I tried to be a good wife. I cooked his food. I cleaned the house. I waited for him. But he did not see me. He did not look at me. One evening, Henry came home early. He said we had a guest. He said his intern was coming. Her name was Luna. She was 24 years old. Henry said she was very smart. He said she helped him a lot. I said okay. I prepared dinner. I wanted to be nice. The doorbell rang. Henry opened the door. Luna walked in. She was young. She was pretty. She had long hair. She wore a short dress. She smiled at Henry. She touched his arm. She said hello to me. But her eyes were cold. We sat down for dinner. I served the food. Luna looked at everything. She looked at our apartment. She looked at our things. She looked at me. Then she spoke. "This is a nice place," she said. "Violet, you are lucky. You stay home all day. You do not work. Henry works so hard. He is tired every night." I felt my face get hot. I looked at Henry. He said nothing. He just ate his food. Luna touched his hand. She smiled. "Henry is so good at his job. Everyone loves him. He helps me so much." I wanted to speak, but I could not. My throat felt tight. I looked at my plate. I could not eat. Something was very wrong. I felt sick. My hands shook. Luna kept talking. She talked about work. She talked about Henry. She said his name many times. Henry laughed at her jokes. He looked at her. He did not look at me. I sat there. I was invisible. I was nothing. After dinner, Luna left. Henry walked her to the door. They talked for a long time. I heard them laugh. Then Henry came back. He went to the bedroom. He did not say good night. He did not kiss me. He just closed the door. I looked at the walls. I looked at our pictures. We looked happy in those pictures. But that was before. That was a different time. My heart knew it. My body knew it. I felt it in my bones. Something was wrong. Something was very wrong. But I did not want to see it. I did not want to believe it. So I closed my eyes. I went to bed. I tried to sleep, but sleep did not come. Trust your intuition. It is the guardian of your soul. If something feels wrong, it usually is. The next day, I did the laundry. I took Henry's jacket. I put my hand in the pocket. I felt paper. I pulled it out. It was a receipt. I looked at it. It said, "Diamond necklace." The price was very high. It was $2,000. I never got a necklace. Henry never gave me a necklace. I looked at the date. It was from last week. My birthday was last month. Henry forgot my birthday, but he bought a necklace. He bought it for someone else. My hands shook. I sat down. I wanted to cry. But I did not cry. I felt angry. I felt cold inside. That night, Henry came home late. It was 11 o'clock. He did not say sorry. He did not smile. He walked past me. He went to the kitchen. I followed him. I showed him the receipt. "Who did you buy this for?" I asked. Henry looked at the paper. His face did not change. He was not sorry. He just looked at me. His eyes were cold. "We need to talk," he said. He walked to the living room. He sat down. I sat across from him. My heart beat fast. I felt sick. "Violet," he said, "I need a wife who can give me a family. You cannot give me that. Luna is pregnant." The words hit me. They were like a knife. I could not breathe. I could not speak. I just looked at him. Henry pulled out a photo. It was an ultrasound photo. A baby. He looked at it. He smiled. He was proud. "The baby is 12 weeks old," he said. I looked at the photo. I looked at Henry. Then I remembered something. 12 weeks? I said. "Henry, 3 months ago you were in Europe. You were there for 1 month. How is this possible?" Henry's face changed. He looked confused. Then he looked angry. But before he could speak, I heard a sound. A door opened. Luna walked out. She came from our bedroom. She was in our house. She was hiding there. Luna's eyes were red. She started to cry. The tears came down her face, but they were not real tears. I could see that. "He does not believe me," she cried. "He thinks I am a cheater." "How can you be so mean?" I could not believe it. She was lying. She was acting. But Henry did not see it. He stood up. He looked at me. His face was red. He was angry at me. "Stop it, Violet," he shouted. "Stop being jealous. You are just bitter. You are bitter because you are barren. You cannot have a baby, so you want to destroy my happiness." The word barren hurt. It cut deep. I felt tears in my eyes, but I did not cry. I just looked at him. This man was my husband. I loved him. I trusted him, but he was blind. He could not see the truth. He wanted a baby so much. He did not care about anything else. He did not care about me. He did not care about the truth. Luna sat next to Henry. She held his hand. She put her head on his shoulder. She looked at me. She smiled. It was a bad smile. It was a smile that said, "I won." I stood up. I looked at both of them. They belong together. I see, I said. My voice was quiet. I see everything now. I walked to the bedroom. I closed the door. I sat on the bed. I looked at my hands. They were still shaking. 10 years. I was with Henry for 10 years. I gave him everything. I loved him. I trusted him. And this was the end. The saddest thing about betrayal is that it never comes from your enemies. It comes from those you trust the most. The next morning, I woke up. The apartment was different. Luna was in the kitchen. She made coffee. She acted like she lived there. She opened my cupboards. She used my cups. She sat in my chair. I walked in. Luna looked at me. She smiled. "Good morning, Violet," she said. "I made coffee, but not for you. Coffee is bad for the baby." She touched her stomach. She looked happy. I said nothing. I just stood there. "You know," Luna said, "your energy is bad. It is bad for the baby. Negative energy is dangerous. The baby can feel it." It was my small room. I worked there. I designed things there. It was my space. But Luna followed me. She looked around. "This room is perfect," she said. "This will be the nursery. The baby needs this room. You do not need it. You do not work." I looked at her. I wanted to speak, but Henry walked in. He stood next to Luna. He put his arm around her. "Violet," he said, "we need to talk." He pulled out an envelope. He gave it to me. I opened it. "Take this," Henry said. "Find a new place. You can stay with your sister or get an apartment. Just do not make a scene. Leave quietly." I looked at the money. I looked at Henry. This was my home. I lived here for 5 years. I picked the furniture. I painted the walls. I made this place beautiful, and now he was throwing me out. "You want me to leave?" I asked. "Luna and I need space. We need to prepare for the baby. You understand." I did not understand, but I said nothing. I went to the bedroom. I pulled out my suitcase. I started to pack. I put my clothes in the bag. I took my books. I took my pictures. Luna walked in. She watched me. She picked up my wedding photo. It was in a glass frame. Henry and I looked happy in that photo. We looked young. We looked in love. Luna held the frame. She looked at it. Then she dropped it. The glass broke. It fell on the floor. "Oops," Luna said. She smiled. It was a bad smile. My hands slipped, but it was trash anyway. Old trash. I looked at the broken glass. I looked at our faces in the photo. They were covered in broken pieces, just like our marriage. Everything was broken now. I felt something inside me. It was hot. It was anger. I wanted to scream. I wanted to hit her. I wanted to grab her hair. I wanted to push her out the door, but I stopped. I took a breath. I looked at Henry. He stood in the doorway. He saw everything, but he said nothing. He did nothing. He was weak. He was a weak man. I looked at Luna. She was a snake. She was cruel. She was a liar. And then I understood. They were perfect for each other. Henry was weak. Luna was cruel. They deserved each other. I picked up my suitcase. I walked to the door. I stopped. I turned around. I looked at both of them. You took him, I said. You keep him. Good luck. I walked out. I closed the door. I walked down the stairs. I walked out of the building. The sun was bright. The air was cold, but I kept walking. I did not look back. I did not cry. Dignity is quiet. Injustice is loud. When they go low, you leave. You do not argue with trash. I moved to a small room. It was cheap. It was far from my old apartment. The walls were white. The bed was old, but it was mine. It was my place. I cried for 3 days. I cried in the morning. I cried at night. I cried until I had no more tears. Then I stopped. I looked in the mirror. I looked tired. I looked old. I did not like what I saw. I went to a hair salon. I told the woman to cut my hair. She cut it short, very short. I looked different. I looked new. I looked like a different person. I opened my computer. I had my old files. I was a designer before. I stopped working when I married Henry. He said I did not need to work, but now I needed to work. I needed money. I needed something to do. I sent emails. I called old clients. I showed them my work. Some people said yes. They gave me jobs, small jobs. At first, I worked hard. I worked every day. I worked late at night. I put all my pain into my work. My designs were good. People liked them. They told their friends. I got more jobs. I got bigger jobs. I made more money. After 2 months, I moved to a better apartment. After 3 months, I bought new clothes. I was becoming successful. Meanwhile, Henry was not happy. Luna lived in the apartment now. She was the boss. She told Henry what to do. She wanted new furniture. She wanted new clothes. She wanted expensive food. Henry paid for everything. Luna was always angry. She shouted at Henry. She said he did not care about her. She said he did not care about the baby. Henry tried to make her happy, but she was never happy. Henry started to see strange things. Luna was always on her phone. She texted someone all the time. She smiled at her phone, but she did not smile at Henry. When Henry asked questions, Luna got angry. She said it was her friend. She said it was none of his business. Luna asked for money every week. She said she needed things for the baby. She said she needed doctor visits. Henry gave her the money, but the bills kept coming, more and more bills. One night, Henry woke up. Luna was asleep. Her phone was on the table. The screen was on. Henry saw a message. He read it. Send me $5,000, or I will tell your husband the truth. Henry's heart stopped. He looked at Luna. She was still asleep. He looked at the message again. Who sent this? In the morning, Henry showed Luna the message. Who is this? He asked. What truth? Luna's face changed. She started to cry. Big tears came down her face. It is my family, she said. My father is sick. He needs money. It is a debt. A big debt. You do not trust me. You think I am bad, she cried more. The stress is bad for the baby. You are stressing me. The baby can feel it. Henry felt scared. He did not want to stress her. He did not want to hurt the baby, his only chance to be a father. Okay, he said. I am sorry. I will send the money. He sent $5,000. Luna stopped crying. She smiled. She kissed Henry. Thank you, she said. You are a good man. But Henry felt sick inside. Something was wrong. Very wrong. Success is the best revenge. Do not hate them. Just become so successful that they become irrelevant. 3 months passed. I was doing well. My business grew. I had many clients. I was happy. Or at least, I was okay. I did not think about Henry much. I did not think about Luna. I moved on. One evening, my phone rang. It was a strange number. I answered it. Hello? I said. Violet. It was Henry. His voice was loud. He sounded scared. Violet, please come. We are at the hospital. Luna needs help. The baby is coming. Henry, I said. I am not your wife now. You are still my emergency contact, he said. Please, I need help. I do not know what to do. I wanted to say no. I wanted to hang up. But something told me to go. So I went. I arrived at the hospital. I walked to the emergency room. I saw Henry. He looked terrible. His hair was messy. His clothes were dirty. He looked old. Violet, he said, thank you for coming. I said nothing. I just stood there. A doctor came out. He walked to Henry. Mr. Thompson, the doctor said, your wife and baby are okay, but we need blood. The baby lost blood. We need the right type. What type? Henry asked. Type A, the doctor said. Henry looked confused. Type A? But I am type O. Luna is type O. How can the baby be type A? The doctor looked at Henry. That is not possible, he said. 2 type O parents cannot make a type A baby. It is not possible. Henry's face went white. He looked at the doctor. What do you mean? I mean, the doctor said slowly. The baby is not yours. Henry could not speak. He just stood there. His mouth was open. His eyes were big. He looked at me. Then he looked at the floor. Suddenly, a man walked in. He was tall. He had tattoos on his arms. He looked rough. He looked mean. He walked straight to the room where Luna was. Is my kid okay? The man said. He was loud. Henry turned around. Who are you? He asked. The man laughed. I am Leon. I am Luna's boyfriend. Well, ex-boyfriend, but I guess I am the father now. What? Henry said. His voice was weak. Leon smiled. It was a bad smile. Oh, she did not tell you? Luna and I planned this. She was already pregnant. My baby. But I had no money. So we found you. Rich Henry. Stupid Henry. Luna said you wanted a baby so bad. She said you would believe anything. Henry's legs shook. No, he said. No, this is not true. It is true, Leon said. He laughed again. She sent me money every week. Half of what you gave her. We were going to leave together. Take your money and run. But then the baby came early. Bad luck. Henry fell to his knees. He put his hands on his face. No, he said again. No, no, no. I stood there. I watched him. I felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, nothing. This man destroyed my life. He threw me away. He called me terrible names. And for what? For a lie. For a baby that was not his. A nurse came out. Mr. Thompson? She said, the woman wants to see you. Henry stood up. He walked into the room. I followed him. I do not know why. Maybe I needed to see the end. Luna was on the bed. She looked tired. She looked scared. She saw Henry. She saw Leon. She started to cry. Henry, she said, I can explain. I can. Stop, Henry said. His voice was cold. Just stop. I know everything. The baby is not mine. You lied. You used me. You took my money. You destroyed my life. Luna cried more, but they were fake tears again. Even now, she was acting. I loved you, she said. I really did. No, Henry said. You loved my money. That is all. He turned around. He walked out. I followed him. We stood in the hallway. Henry looked at me. His eyes were red. Violet, he said, I am so sorry. I was so stupid. I threw away everything. I threw away you, the only person who really loved me. And for what? For this. For nothing. I looked at him. I saw a broken man, a man who lost everything. His money, his dignity, his wife, his dream of a baby, everything. Yes, I said. You did. Henry started to cry. Not fake tears like Luna. Real pain. Please, he said. Please forgive me. I made a mistake. A terrible mistake. Can we try again? Can we? No, I said. My voice was calm. We cannot. You made your choice. You broke my heart. You threw me away. You called me terrible things, and I will never forget that. Henry fell to his knees again. Please, Violet, please. But I walked away. I walked down the hall. I walked out of the hospital. The night air was cold, but I felt warm inside. I felt free. The truth is like oil in water. No matter how much you try to hide it, it always floats to the top. Henry divorced Luna. It took months. He paid lawyers. He paid a lot of money. Luna had many debts. She bought expensive things. She took his credit cards. She spent everything. Henry had to pay all of it. Leon and Luna left together. They took the baby. They took Henry's money. They disappeared. Henry was alone. Henry lived in the big apartment, but it was not the same. It was cold. It was empty. The rooms were too big. The walls were too white. He had nice furniture. He had nice things. But he had no one. He came home every night. The apartment was quiet. He ate dinner alone. He went to bed alone. He woke up alone. Henry looked at the walls. He saw the empty spaces. The pictures were gone. Violet took them. Her things were gone. Her smell was gone. Everything was gone. Only Henry was there, and Henry was not enough. 6 months passed. I was doing very well. My business grew every month. I had a small office now. I had 2 people who worked for me. I designed logos for big companies. I designed websites. I made good money. I was proud of myself. I met a man named Owen. He was a business partner. He helped me with contracts. He helped me find new clients. Owen was kind. He was smart. He respected me. He listened when I spoke. He valued my ideas. We worked well together. One Saturday morning, Owen and I went to a coffee shop. We talked about a new project. It was a big project. A big company wanted my designs. I was excited. Owen was excited too. We sat at a table near the window. The sun came in. It was warm. I drank my coffee. Owen showed me papers. We laughed. We talked. Then I saw him. He looked around. He looked for a table. Then he saw me. His face changed. He looked surprised. He looked sad. Henry walked to our table. He stood there. He looked at me. He looked at Owen. Then he looked at me again. "Violet," he said. His voice was quiet. "Hello." I looked up. "Hello, Henry," I said. My voice was calm. Henry looked terrible. He looked old. He had gray hair now. His face had lines. His clothes were clean, but they hung on his body. He looked thin. He looked tired. He looked broken. "Can I talk to you?" Henry asked. "Just for a minute?" I looked at Owen. Owen stood up. "I will get more coffee," he said. He smiled at me. He walked away. Henry sat down. He put his hands on the table. They shook a little. "You look good," Henry said. "You look happy." "Thank you," I said. "I am happy." "I heard about your business," Henry said. "I heard you are doing well. I am glad. You deserve it." I said nothing. I just waited. "Violet," Henry said. He looked at his hands. "I made a mistake. The biggest mistake of my life. The baby was not mine. Luna lied. She used me. She took everything, and I let her. I was so stupid." "I know," I said. "I lost everything," Henry said. "My money, my dignity, my wife. You. I threw you away like trash." He looked at me. His eyes were wet. "Can you forgive me?" he asked. "Can we try again?" "But please. I have nothing now. I have no one. I am alone. I need you." I looked at Henry. I looked at this man who was my husband. I felt something, but it was not love. It was not anger. It was pity. I felt sorry for him, but I did not want him back. "Henry," I said. My voice was soft. "I forgive you. I really do. Our book is closed. You made your choice, and I made mine. I chose myself. I chose my life. I chose my happiness. But I love you, Henry said. No, I said. You love the idea of me. You love the memory. But you do not love me. If you loved me, you would not have thrown me away. If you loved me, you would have believed me. If you loved me, you would have chosen me. Henry put his head in his hands. What do I do now? He asked. How do I go on? You learn, I said. You grow. You become a better man. You find peace, but you do it without me. I hope you find happiness, Henry. I really do. But you will not find it with me. Owen came back. He put coffee on the table. He sat down. He smiled at me. Henry stood up. He looked at Owen. Then he looked at me. Goodbye, Violet, he said. Goodbye, Henry, I said. Henry walked away. He walked out of the coffee shop. He walked into the street. And then he was gone. I turned to Owen. I am sorry about that, I said. Do not be sorry, Owen said. Are you okay? Yes, I said. I smiled. I am more than okay. I am free. We finished our coffee. We talked about the project. We laughed. The sun was warm. The day was beautiful. Life was good. I learned something important. Losing Henry was not a loss. It was not the end. It was a new beginning. It was freedom. I did not need a baby to be a woman. I did not need a man to be complete. I needed to find myself, and I did. I found myself in the broken pieces. I built myself again. I built myself stronger. Sometimes you have to be broken to be rebuilt stronger. I walked out of the coffee shop. Owen walked next to me. The sun was bright. The sky was blue. I felt the warmth on my face. I smiled. I was ready for whatever came next, because now I knew who I was, and that was enough. If you enjoyed this story, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Teddy English Story for more daily videos.